Hey guys, welcome back to another vlog. I thought I would go ahead and start a new one since I hadn't done one in a while. It's been a crazy last few days. We had that winter storm on Wednesday. We had a winter ice storm. We were supposed to get snow as well, but we never did. The schools went ahead and closed, for weather, ice, make sure, safety, because, the roads, of course, were going to be bad. I'd rather have snow than ice because when you have ice, it covers the trees and makes them heavy. They fall over the power lines. They fall into the road. The weather report was originally showing that there was supposed to be like an 80% chance of heavy snowfall. But as you check the weather report throughout the day, it just kept slowly changing to where we weren't getting any snowfall at all. So all we had was not all. What we ended up with was the heavy freezing rain and sleet. So, if you went outside yesterday, all these trees were still covered with ice. It was pretty freaky. Thankfully, at least at first, our power hadn't gone out. But then around 5, 6 o'clock Tuesday evening, like right before I was getting ready to make dinner, thankfully I hadn't actually started yet. My daughter had emptied the dishwasher and I was going to go put the dirty dishes in the dishwasher and then clean the kitchen and start making dinner. I was going to make kimchi soup. I actually posted a picture of it on my Instagram. I'll drop it up here so you guys can see, which is a Korean dish of soup made with kimchi and pork and tofu and all those good things. So it was about 10 minutes before I was about to go start cooking was when the power went out. So I'm glad that I hadn't actually started yet. And the power was out to about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, thankfully not very long. It's funny because my daughter figured out a way to make ramen using hot water. Wasn't the best ramen in the world, but at least she was able to make something. We woke up on Friday morning and the electricity was back on, thankfully. For some reason, I do not know why, the the heater was on 75, 76, so I had to turn it down. My daughter went over to a friend's house for a sleepover at about 2 o'clock, so it's just me and my son. I noticed about maybe a little bit after she left that it was getting considerably colder downstairs, and I don't really think about it much because downstairs is always colder than the upstairs. Even when you have the heater on, it just is because heat rises. So I just came upstairs, threw on a sweatshirt and some socks and just went about my day. I was editing and I like to watch YouTube on the TV downstairs while I'm editing, so I went back to doing that. But then I started to notice as the afternoon went on that it just felt colder than it usually does. So I came back upstairs and checked, and it was really cold upstairs, way colder than it should have been if the heater was working. That was basically when I realized the heater wasn't working. At some point during the day, I don't know exactly when, the heater had stopped working. My guess is that the pilot light went out. My husband put in a work order with maintenance. We used to have an emergency line that you could call to contact maintenance for, water, say there was a water pipe that broke, or, air conditioning, heating issues, things like that. But we have a new management company that bought the apartments early last year. And, in general, they're actually really good. They started doing a whole lot of work on the property. They trimmed back the trees. They painted the buildings. They're still working on fixing the fences and some other things right now. But I think they took away the emergency line because now the line just goes straight to voicemail. And I don't think it actually works anymore. And the only way to contact maintenance now is you have to go online. We have an account. You go into the account and you have to type in an actual work order. So my guess is it's going to be probably Monday or Tuesday before they actually fix the heat. Thankfully, I had a space heater. My daughter, like I said, was at a sleepover, so it was just me and my son, and we just turned on the space heater and we just hung out in my room the rest of the afternoon, going into the evening. And then Saturday morning, I started out on a hunt for another space heater to put in my daughter's room because at night her room gets really, really cold, especially we could even have the heater on upstairs in her room. It's either the hottest room in the house or the coldest. I don't know what it is about the ventilation in her room, but it's just weird. So I wanted to make sure she had something when she came home that night. Otherwise, it was going to be really cold in her room. And thankfully, we still have electricity, so we could plug up, the space heater. And I had the oven open for a little while just to kind of take the chill off downstairs. But there are a lot of people that still do not have power. We're now Sunday. The storm hit on Wednesday, and they still don't have power. They're still sitting in their house without electricity. I got up Saturday morning and decided to go on a hunt for another space heater for my daughter's room. The first thing we did, was me and my son, we went to the Dollar Tree close to us. I was like, you know what, let's just go to Rose's and the Dollar Tree near us. Maybe if we find something at Rose's, we won't have to go anywhere else. So go to the Dollar Tree first, try to find, supplies and stuff. They didn't have toilet paper, dishwasher, detergent, anything that I needed. They were pretty much out of stock of everything. So we went to Rose's and I did find some cleaning stuff there, but they didn't have any space heaters. All they had were air conditioners and air purifiers and stuff like that. My husband checked Walmart in Horn Lake, which is in Mississippi. We live about 10 minutes from state line, so Mississippi is just right across state line, so we literally live like 10 minutes from Mississippi. And he said that he saw some online that are showing that they were in stock at Walmart. So we go to Walmart in Horn Lake, and they don't have any, even though it's showing online that they were in stock. So I was like, you know what? Okay, let me check. I go and look on Walmart again, and it's showing that the one in South Haven, which is about 10 minutes away from Horn Lake, has like 3 or 4 different models in stock. It has the aisle number and everything. So we get to Walmart, I go straight to the aisle. They don't have any. All I'm seeing are air conditioners and air purifiers and humidifiers. I ask an employee, and they're like, we don't have any space heaters. We've been out of stock of those. I mean, there's a truck that just came, but we haven't got any in stock. I'm just sitting here like, okay. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to go to one more Walmart, the one near my parents' house, because I had to go over there to my parents' house anyway to get a package. And on the way, I went ahead and I stopped at Home Depot because my husband was showing that Home Depot had them. So I go to Home Depot. They didn't have any. Humidifiers, purifiers, and air conditioners is all I'm seeing. I get to the Walmart by my parents' house. I go straight to the aisle that is showing me online of where they are in stock, and they don't have any. All they had left was a little small one. It's one of those ones like you would put like at your desk or like under on the floor near your feet to just kind of warm up. That's something that would actually warm up a room. The rest of it was humidifiers, air purifiers, and air conditioners. Now I understand, this is the time of year when they start to switch over to that. But come on, in February, it's still winter. In my opinion, the air conditioners, the fans, all that stuff shouldn't start to come out until like at least mid-February, late February going into March, because February, it's still cold, still freezing in a lot of places. So I went ahead and I left Walmart, and at this point, I am no longer amused. I am quite annoyed. I decided, you know what? I'm going to check Lowe's. And if Lowe's doesn't have any, then I'm just going to chalk it up as to I'm not going to find any unless I ordered it online. And that was not going to do me any good because I needed it now. But I go to Lowe's, I check. They don't have any. Then my husband calls because he's been kind of like looking around, trying to see if he can find any. He checked a freight place and hardware store, couldn't find any. And then he calls me back and he goes, Ollie's has them. I don't know if you know what an Ollie's store is, but I don't even know how to explain what an Ollie's is, but we have 2 here that set up shop in the old Toys R Us stores. And he said he talked to the lady. She said they have plenty of. So I go over there, and it was funny because as you were walking to the store, there was a giant sign on the door that says, we have space heaters. And then you go inside, and there's a giant banner in the middle of the store that says heat wave, and then right there in the middle were all of the space heaters. All they had left were the $49.99 oscillating ones, the stand-up tower ones, and then the ones that look like fireplaces. So I went ahead and I got the oscillating one, and it was awesome. I should have went ahead and gotten 2, but that one, like I said, it oscillates, so it rotates like this, and it's a little tower one. I'll drop up some footage or a picture or something here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. And that worked so good in my daughter's room, and it worked so well that when she had it on high, she could leave her door open, and it was actually kind of warming the upstairs hallway as well. It was really nice. But yeah, so that was the craziness of my weekend. The heat is still not back on. It's Sunday, once again, February 6th, so we're still waiting. And like I said, I don't think they're going to come and fix the heat till either tomorrow, Monday, or Tuesday. So my oldest son works at GameStop, and I guess they had a bunch of stuff on clearance. He told me to come over to the house. He had a bag of stuff that was sitting on the couch for me. There was a bunch of gaming t-shirts in small. First of all, I don't wear small. Second of all, I'm not into gaming, so I just gave those to my daughter. But these were also in there too. This one is a little vlogging set. I thought this was kind of cool. It says Go Viral DigiPower Like Me Vlogging Kit. It includes, it looks like there's a light, a microphone, the stand, and then the tripod. It looks kind of like the one that I already have. I'm actually using the hand grip to hold the camera. It actually looks similar to the one that I'm using right now to hold my phone right now. But I've actually been wanting a microphone, so when I saw this, I thought this was kind of cool. I don't know if $39.99 is the regular price, but my son knows that, I do YouTube and stuff, and he probably thought this would be kind of cool, but this is everything that comes with it. I've been wanting a microphone. I don't know how good this one works, but I'm definitely excited about giving it a try. Universal shotgun, pedal grip tripod, 36 LED video light, smartphone mount. That is going to be really cool. Definitely looking forward to giving this a try. This is also in that bag. It was this is a little mini selfie phone light. I don't know if I'll ever use this or not, but I thought that was kind of cool. It's just really nice, that he thought about me, knowing that, mom likes to vlog and do YouTube videos, so I'm really looking forward to giving this one a try. Good morning. I just took a shower, put my skincare on. I'm getting ready to get ready for work, but I thought while my skincare is just kind of soaking in and doing its thing, I would show you guys real quick what's in my project. Currently in my project panning and in my makeup rotation. I realized I hadn't talked about my project panning in a while, but this is my project panning basket. I have showed it before. This is basically everything that I'm currently wanting to work through. I have two foundations in here, the Smashbox Studio Skin Full Coverage 24-Hour Foundation. I do not like this one. I only have 2, maybe 3 more uses in here, and then I will finally be done with this one. And I also threw on my Pretty Fresh foundation from ColourPop. I've had this one for a while, so I figure, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in here and try to get some more uses out of it. I have a little less than half left. This would be a good time to try to work through it. I have my AOA Studio Wonder Cover Correcting Concealer in Peach. I'm not even sure that they make this anymore. The last few times that I've been on the Shop Miss A website, I haven't seen it, so I'm wondering if they're discontinuing the shade of this formula. I've seen less and less shades available every time that I check, so I'm just kind of keeping this one in my empties. This one is basically my everyday corrector, and then I have my Becca corrector for when I'm just really wanting that smooth, you know, color correcting extra coverage underneath the eyes. I also threw in here from Milani this Retouch and Erase Concealer. I really do not get much coverage from this at all. I just have this in here as a mix-in for foundations that may be a little bit too deep, so I can kind of use it up that way. And then I put this Juvia's Place I Am Magic eyeshadow primer in my project empties. I have been testing this for a while. I've tried it different ways with different shadows, and I just really don't like it that much. I really like using the I Am Magic concealer as a eyeshadow primer. That one works really good. This one does not work as well. So this is basically my everyday eyeshadow primer right now, just to try to get some use out of it, but I'm really not liking this formula that much. I have 3 brow pencils in here. This one from CoverGirl, this one is from LA Colors, and then this is that Joa brow pencil. I'm almost finished with this one, so I'm working through these 3. For mascara, I threw in these 2. These are from AOA Studios. These are the Fat Lash mascara primer and then the mascara. And then the last 2 things that I threw into my project panning are these 2 cream highlighters. These are also from AOA Studio Shop Miss A. We have the Dewy, and then we have the Velour. The Dewy, I don't know if you can tell, I've made like the slightest bit of a dent right there. The Velour though, I have hit pan on. Right there, I've hit pan on this one. I've basically been using these daily unless, you know, there's a reason for me to want to use one of my other highlighters for anything specific. I realized when I did my collection and declutter, I had a lot of highlighters and other products that I hadn't used for a while, so it kind of reminded me to pull some things out to use more. So these are basically the ones I've been using daily unless I have a reason to use, you know, a different one. I have a separate little basket here for Lippies. I pulled a bunch of stuff that's I've had for a little while that I want to kind of work through. I have 2 of the Full Spectrum Matte Idol lipsticks from CoverGirl, Gains, and Royalty. This is one of my favorite formulas, but they have discontinued it. I don't know what it is with brands, but discontinuing formulas that their customers like and then introducing, you know, products that nobody asked for, but I love these. I'm trying to finish out these 2. These 2 are the Nyx Lip Creams. These are part of that Sabrina collaboration that came out like early last year, so I'm trying to work through these. I also have 2 more of the Lily by Red jelly tints. I've worked through 2. These 2 are the last ones that I have left. This is a K-Beauty brand. Just trying to get through these. And then I have 2 more liquid lipsticks in here. I have this one from BH Cosmetics. It's one of their cashmere cream. This is part of that mistletoe trio. The other 2 are still up there. This one is almost done, so I'm trying to finish it out. And I think this one's discontinued too. I don't even think you can get this formula anymore. And then the last one I have in here is the Meet Matte Hues. This is from the Balm. So these are the liquid lipsticks I'm trying to work through. Basically, unless, you know, I'm filming or there's a reason for me to use any other one, if I want a liquid lipstick, you know, just for my daily everyday makeup, I just grab something from here. And then real quick, let me show you guys what I pulled for my makeup rotation. I started doing a makeup, kind of a weekly, bi-weekly makeup rotation of my base products, so I can switch out my foundations, concealers, powders, primers, things like that, so that I can get some use out of the ones that I've had for a while. Because once again, when I did my collection declutter, I realized I had a lot of formulas I hadn't used for a while, so I wanted to pull those out, try to get them going more in a rotation. Primers, I have this Full Spectrum CoverGirl Matte Ambition primer. I've almost used this one up. I think I have maybe 2 or 3 more uses left, and then I've been combining it with the Cover FX Water Cloud primer. Both of these I'll be done with by the end of this week. This one was like a little sample that came with an Ulta order. I threw my Beauty Say What foundation in here. I realized I hadn't used this one in a long time. I don't think I used it since I first bought it, maybe a couple of times since then. So I said, you know what, I really need to get some use out of it. The only thing about this one is, I don't know if you can tell, but it's a little bit too deep. When I ordered it, I didn't realize how deep it was. So I have the She Glam concealer here, the Versatile concealer, and then that Milani concealer. That's my Project Empties, and I pull these to this and just kind of get a better skin tone match. I also put my Pretty Fresh concealer in my rotation, and then this one is one of the Juvia's Place foundation sticks. And I also threw this one in here. If you are into know about stage makeup or cosplaying, then you've heard of Ben Nye, and this is just a cover foundation. It's a cream foundation. I bought this for like body makeup, but you know, I haven't been cosplaying in a while, so I threw it in here to see if I can use it. It's just like a concealer for like a little bit of extra coverage. I threw my Beauty Bakery Flour Baking Powder. This one is in translucent. This is a really nice formula. And then from Wet n Wild, the Bare Focus Clarifying Finishing Powder. This one is new to my collection. The shade is in light medium. Been using this, kind of testing this in the pores and like underneath my eyes as a setting powder. And then the setting sprays that I put aside for this week. This one is from Giovanni. It is a nourishing facial prime and setting mist, hemp, and aloe. I'm basically putting this one on first just to kind of melt all of my makeup together, and then setting everything down with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Matte. I went ahead and threw in a brow product and a liner in this week's rotation too. This is the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Pen. I am a brow pencil girl. This is the first time I've used anything like this, so I've been kind of testing this out. It takes a little more time than my brow pencil, but I like the fact that you do get like more natural looking hairs with this. And then for liner, I threw in this tattoo liner from KVD Beauty. This was a sample that I got from an Ulta order a while back, so I'm kind of testing this out. Also threw in some palettes. This one is from the Ulta Black Widow collection. It's a face palette. I mainly threw this one in here for the bronzer. This is a really, really good bronzer. I've been getting into bronzers more, so each week I've been kind of rotating out something that has a bronzer in it so I can test those out. And I threw in my Freya palette from Odin's Eye. This one has more warm orangey tones, and there's like some pink tones in here as well. I'm gonna go ahead and start throwing on my makeup so that I can get ready for work. This is my second day back to work after the winter storm. Today is Tuesday, February 8th. Tomorrow is my 2-year anniversary as a beauty channel. I don't know, maybe I've already mentioned that earlier in the video, so I have like a surprise announcement that will have gone up before you see this video. So I'm excited about that. A lot of the neighborhoods still have power out. Most of the schools have power. It's been restored. So what the school system did was that the schools that do have power, they're back and open today. The ones that don't obviously are still closed. My daughter's school is one of the ones that don't have power. My son's school, the 9-year-old, his school does have power, so she'll be home. He'll be at school today. It's very complicated. I have really been liking the combination of these two primers. My skin has a nice like smooth base, and my foundation has been blending over like really well. So these two combinations are pretty winning right now. I'm gonna take my Say What foundation and just mix them in with this Milani concealer to see if we can get a better skin tone match. I just like to mix it on my little tray here. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, that's much, much better. I don't know what I was thinking when I ordered that shade, but yeah, it is way, way too deep for me. My brows are definitely cousins today and not twins, but we're just going to work, so it doesn't really matter. This was my first experience with an Ulta bronzer, and I have to say I love the formula, and the shade is like a really good match for me. It just looks really natural and sun-kissed. The tone is really, really nice. I saw that Ulta has launched some new bronzers. I think they were sold out when I checked, but they were also, I think there was only like 2 shades, and it was just a little bit too light for me. They didn't seem to have anything on like that kind of medium tan deeper range. Everything was a little bit lighter, which is a little bit disappointing. I mean, it's great if you're somebody that's, fair, light, medium, but for like someone that's more in the tan, olive, deeper, there wasn't really anything for them. I'm gonna go ahead and use the blush in here as well. I think it'll go well with that eyeshadow palette. Just add a little bit of color to my cheeks so that I don't look too dead. I have to say, I think the combination of these primers and the foundation and powder and everything, it seems to be working really, really well together. My skin looks really nice. I'm just tapping in a little bit of that velour highlighter that I have in my project panning. I'm really proud of myself for panning this. You guys know when it comes to a highlighter, blush, those types of products, unless you use them like every single day, you're never going to pan them. It's not like a powder or a foundation type of a product. See, I just love this formula. It just looks so pretty and soft on the skin, and these are literally $1. I'm going to stick with these orangey tones in this Freya palette. Just put together a really quick look. Like I said, I'm just going to work. We're not going anywhere fancy right now. If you have not tried the Uden's Eye formula, go to their website, order their products. They are an independent brand. They are Swedish, and their formulas are just so beautiful. I grabbed one of their mystery boxes when they first came out, and then I took advantage of their Black Friday sale. I just grabbed some more of the palettes I've been wanting to try. These blend like a dream. I mean, no effort at all. You know what? I think today I'm just going to do an all matte eye. I'm not even going to do a shimmer. We are also still without heat. My husband put in a work order on Friday and they still have not come to fix it. Thankfully, it's been like in the 50s this week, so it's not like super cold, and we do have these space heaters for at night, but it would be nice if they would come and fix the heater. Went ahead and threw on the matte Idol CoverGirl liquid lipstick in Royalty. I'm going to throw this in my makeup bag for the rest of the day. Get my son to work. Go ahead and get started with my day, and I will check in with you later. I finally got my ColourPop Valentine's Day order. I didn't order the entire collection. I got the eyeshadow palette. This is really cute. I like the packaging. The box, it's really cute. It actually looks like an envelope, so you can like fold it over like that. It's actually a really cute little detail. This is the eyeshadow palette, the Secret Admirer palette. So it looks like on the inside. It's actually cuter in person than it was looking in the promo photos. It's still not as exciting as some of the other launches that I've seen, but it's cute. Looking forward to playing with this in a video. I only grabbed 2 out of, I think there were 6 new shades of the Fresh Kiss Lip Creams. I only got 2. I got Date Night, Heaven. I basically got the ones that were closer to shades that I didn't already own. Although I do have something that's similar to this one. And the same thing with the blushes. I only got 2. I know there were 6 new launches. I only got the 2 that were similar to something I may not already have. This one is Baby Cakes. This is just really pretty, kind of a burgundy shade. Oh, so pretty. And then this one is more of a kind of a mauvey pink. It's funny because on camera it's looking super pink, but in person it actually looks more red. This shade is Text Me. I also went on ahead and grabbed one of the Party Proof eyeshadow primers. I've been really curious about this. So yeah, I'm looking forward to filming a video with this. It will probably go up on Sunday. This vlog may go up before. We'll just have to see. Apparently Mr. Beast has launched chocolate. My son ordered like a whole box of these because they have like little mystery tickets. I guess if you get the mystery ticket, then you win a prize or something like that. And then my BoxyCharm for February also came, so we're going to be filming with that too. Alright, so I decided to go ahead and come in and pop in here and go ahead and close out the vlog. It is Saturday, February 12th. This vlog is probably going to go up on Tuesday, February 15th, right after Valentine's Day. I just finished filming with that ColourPop Valentine's Day collection. I also did my BoxyCharm. Tomorrow I'm going to film that Beauty Bay Love palette, so I want to get that up on Valentine's Day, so this is probably going to go up right after. They finally fixed the heat. They came in on Thursday. almost a week after we put in for them to fix the heat. And it was like 60, 70 degrees on that day. For the most part, for most of the week, we've had like 50, 60 degree weather, like going into 70, right after we just had freezing temperatures and an ice storm. I mean, this weather, it's pretty crazy. It's actually, I think, in the 40s. 40s, 50s right now, so it's a little bit cooler today. I'll let you guys know how that vlogging kit that my son gave me works out. I thought that what happened was there was a bunch of stuff on clearance, and so he just grabbed a bunch of stuff that was on clearance. But what he told me actually happened was there was a bunch of stuff that had just been sitting on the shelf and had been sitting there so long they just decided to take it off the shelf and pull it out of the inventory. So there were like several gaming t-shirts, most of them in small. There was a Star Wars t-shirt that I did keep, that was in a medium, and a gaming t-shirt in medium. Even though I know nothing about the game, I'm just kind of hanging around the house and it's comfortable. And I gave the other ones to my daughter. It's funny because she said she didn't know. She games. She plays like Nintendo Switch and stuff like that. But there's a lot of the games she didn't know. But they're fluffy and comfortable, and so they can just be, you know, hanging around the house. T-shirts. But that's gonna be it for this vlog. If you enjoyed the vlog, be sure to give it a thumbs up. It really does help my channel. Subscribe if you are not already. Make sure you tap the notification bell so you'll be notified of any videos coming up in the future. And also follow me on my other socials. I am on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Be safe, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.